she did behave like an awful idiot.
Oh,
but you know how some women are? When they lose their heads, they do things they regret all their lives.
Stretch and stretch.
Oh, my scars!
Very good for adhesions.
It's got me down.
Rest. Try to relax your diaphragm muscles, Mrs. Fowler, if you can.
Of course, I do wish Mary would make up her mind whether she's getting a divorce or not. It's terrible of all of her friends not knowing, and of course you can't ask them anywhere.
Oh, of course not. On your side, and you're going to lift up slowly and down so I don't.
Of course, for the children's sake, I think she ought to stay. I know I would.
Don't crook it.
And she ought not to face Mr. Haynes with the issue. And once a man's got himself in that deep, he needs time to taper it off.
Outside, in, not out.
Of course, Mary never listens to any of her friends. She's a very peculiar woman.
Oh, I bet she is.
But I tell anyone who wants to hear, whatever Mrs. Haynes wants to do is what's right. I've got to be loyal to her as her friend. I'm simply exhausted.
Then I suggest you do something simple, like crawl up the wall.
Lord, what I go through to keep my figure. You know, it drives me insane when at some dinner party a fat, lazy old man says, "What do you do with yourself all day, Mrs. Fowler?"
Rotate your buttocks, and arms out flat, and crawl up the wall.
I wish you wouldn't say that. It makes me feel like vermin.
And
There's a couple of people I'd like to exterminate, too.
reverse that order. How do you do, Mrs. Day?
How do you do? Hello, Sylvia.
You're late again, Peggy.
Slow.
Sorry.
Well, after all, I am paying for this course.
You know I'm grateful, Sylvia.
Oh, don't cry about it. It's only $50.
That's a lot to me.
Well, to you, dear, or just to your husband?
Ladies, please, let's start with posture. A lady always enters a room erect.
Lots of my friends exit horizontally.
Knees apart, sit on the wall, relax, and roll up, slowly pushing each vertebra against the wall, shoulders back where they belong, head back. No, Mrs. Fowler, lift behind the ears, pretend you're a silly little puppet dangling on a string. Chin up, Mrs. Day, your chin should rest comfortably on a little table, elbows up, on your toes, shoulders back, push off with the small of your back, and off you go.
Sylvia, why do you always insinuate that John is practically a miser?
You have your own little income, Peggy. What do? You give it to John.
Tuck under.
John makes so little.
Okay, back again.
You're
please.
robbing him of his manly sense of duty. You're turning him into a gigolo. After all, little money that a woman has of her own is the only protection she has.
Now, ladies, are you back in the same way you were when you left the wall?
I am.
No, you're not, Mrs. Fowler. Not this Mrs. Fowler. Yes. Try it. On the floor. And bend and stretch. And stretch. And bend. And stretch.
Edith, what are you doing up here?
I'm having a speech go down the stairs. I'm so glad you're here. I've done the most awful thing. Stretch and look. We're in the middle of exercises, Mrs. Potter.
Will you tell them outside I want my paraffin bath now? There's a dear.
But Mrs.
I'm simply exhausted.
You have hardly moved a muscle.
Look, whose carcass is this? Yours or mine?
It's yours. But I'm paid to exercise it.
You talk like a horse trainer.
Well, Mrs. Fowler, you're getting warm. I've done the most ghastly thing. Move over. know that I told her that Mary smacked the Allen.
Oh, Edith!
Well, that's what Sophia told me.
I didn't.
You did too.
Well, anyway, I didn't expect you to tell a cheap reporter.
Well, it doesn't really matter. The divorce is practically settled.
Who said so?
You did.
I said that Mary couldn't broadcast her domestic difficulties, not expect them to wind up in a scandal.
Mary didn't broadcast them.
Who did?
You did! You're all making it impossible for her to do anything now but get a divorce.
You flatter us. We didn't know we had so much influence on our friends' lives.
Well, everyone calling her up, telling her how badly she's been treated.
As a matter of fact, I told her she'd make a great mistake. And what's a woman got to gain by divorce? No matter how much he gives her, she'll never have what they had together. And you know as well as I do, he'll have to marry that girl. After all the money he spent on her, he'll have to protect his investment. Unfortunately, I have as much influence over Mary as I have with you, Frankie.
Your paraffin bath is ready, Mrs. Fowler.
And don't worry, Edith. I'll get to paste her call. I can fix it.
Oh, how?
Well, I'll tell you you're lying.
Oh, you do no such thing.
Then let the story ride. It'll all be forgotten tomorrow. You remember the horrible things they printed about? What's her name? Before she jumped out the window? Well, you see? I can't even remember her name. So who cares, Edith?
You go right back where you belong, Mrs. Potter. Or you think this was a boarding school? Well, it's just a ridiculous waste of money.
Listen, relaxing is part of my faith.
Then you should relax completely, Mrs. Potter. From the chin up. Oh! The class feeling you run into these days. I am so sick of paying people like that to abuse me.
Edith, let's call Mary up and warn her.
About what?
The newspapers.
Oh, my dear, how can we do that without calling Sylvia?
But it's her fault. She's such a dreadful woman.
Oh, she can't help it, Peggy. It's just her tough luck that she wasn't born deaf and dumb. She's always gotten away with murder. Well, what can we do about it? Look, she's been having an affair for a year with that young man in Howard's office.
Edith.
Right under Howard's nose. But Howard doesn't care. So, what business is it of yours or mine? Let me give you a tip, Peggy. Never get involved in other women's troubles. I've never had a fight with a girlfriend in all my life. Why? Because I hear no evil, I see no evil, and I speak no evil.